In this video, I'm going to give you an update on the general real estate market, and I'm also going to show you what $1 million+ can get you in the neighborhood of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. So if you want to learn more, stay tuned. Hey there, my name is Chichi Aguoji. I'm a New York-based realtor with a focus on helping seniors and retirees sell their homes and find the best locations to retire. So first off, let's discuss what's going on in the overall real estate market. What's going on with respect to interest rates specifically. So late July, on July 26th, we did see the Fed Chair, Jerome Powell, raise what's called the Fed funds rate from 5.25% to 5.5%. And this was the fourth time that the Fed has raised rates in this calendar year alone. Now, the reason this is important is because when it comes to real estate, the 30-year mortgage rate is highly correlated with the Fed funds rate. So when the Fed funds rate goes up, the 30-year mortgage rate is also likely to go up, and vice versa. So by the end of July, with the latest increase in the Fed funds rate, the 30-year mortgage was around 7%. Now this number, this mortgage rate, this 30-year mortgage rate can sometimes seem a little abstract to some people until you break it down to dollars and cents, meaning what does this translate to in terms of the monthly mortgage payment? So in order for us to really understand what your monthly mortgage payment will be at a 7% interest rate, you really have to make some assumptions about what the price of the home would be. So if we just assume, for argument's purposes, that the price of the home will be $1 million and you've put 20% down, at a 7% mortgage rate, you're looking at paying about $5,500 a month, excluding home insurance, excluding taxes, or excluding any other utilities. Just for your principal and your interest payment, that'll come out to around $5,500 every single month. Another way to think about this is what your annual household income needs to be in order for you to be able to afford a mortgage payment of $5,500 a month. If we assume a debt to income ratio of 40%, meaning you have very little debt and your mortgage would be your primary debt in terms of your household balance sheet, then your combined annual household income would need to be about $165,000 in order for you to be able to afford $1 million home at a 7% mortgage rate. So given the relationship between the Fed funds rate and your 30-year mortgage rate, it means that every time the Fed fund rates go up, your expected monthly mortgage payment is also gonna go up if you're gonna purchase a home, and the implied annual income for your household is also going to go up in order for you to be able to afford that mortgage at a 40% debt to income ratio. Hey there, if you like the content so far, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and let's keep going. Okay, so that's the general overall real estate market update. Let's get into Bay Ridge specifically, and I'll share with you what's going on and what has been going on for the month of July 2023 in the neighborhood of Bay Ridge. So for July 2023, the median selling price of a property in Bay Ridge was $1.48 million, and properties which sold in the month of July 2023 sold for around 98% of their list price. And that really means that on average, properties which sold in July 2023 sold for about 2% less than the number that they were put on the market for. Now, relative to the year before, so relative to 2022, list prices in Bay Ridge are higher and sale prices in Bay Ridge are also higher. And this runs counter to what we would expect in a market with rising interest rates. So for the properties which sold the previous month, they were on the market for around 4.5 months. This is around 2 weeks longer than July of the previous year, so 2022, when properties which sold in that month were on the market for 4 months. Generally in the greater New York City area, we know that it takes about 4 to 6 months, or it can take about 4 to 6 months for a property to sell, especially if it's being financed. So because we talk a lot about home prices and we talk a lot about numbers, I thought it'd be a really good idea to give you a sense of exactly what you would be getting or you would be able to get if you were spending or thinking of spending $1 million+ to purchase a property in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. All right, so right now I'm going to talk you through a recently sold property in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and you'll be able to see what it sold for, what it looks like, what the condition of the property is, and then be able to match that condition to the price, the valuation. All right, so to give you an example of the type of home that you can get in Bay Ridge, here we have a recently sold home. This home sold within the last 3 months in Bay Ridge. It's a 3,000 square foot semi-detached brick and stucco single family home. It had 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and it sold for $1.75 million. Now, this home is located between Colonial Road and Ridge Boulevard. It's about 2 blocks from the Fort Hamilton Athletic Field, so it's in a great location, and it's well within walking distance of Shore Road and Shore Road Park. But Bay Ridge overall is walkable. So in addition to the 4 bedrooms, this property also comes with a sunroom. It has a home office and it has plenty of extra space for storage, both in the attic and as well in the lower level. So outside you'll find an above ground pool, which is a nice amenity for those hot days, a garage, and a 4 to 5 car private driveway, which, if you know anything about parking in Bay Ridge, is a huge plus. So I'm sure that was one of the things that made the deal happen. So that's an idea of what a $1 million plus home looks like in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. So if you're someone who's thinking of buying or selling property in Bay Ridge and you would like some assistance learning more about the neighborhood, or you would like some assistance with valuations, feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy to assist you. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new, and I hope to see you in the next one.